Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Introduction to batch files. Batch files are a type of script file in Windows that contains a series of commands to be executed by the command line interpreter, CMD. They are useful for automating repetitive tasks, running multiple commands in sequence, and configuring system settings. What is a batch file? A batch file is a plain text file that has a .bat or .cmd file extension. When executed, the commands in the batch file are processed in order, as if they were entered directly into the command prompt. Basic structure of a batch file. 1. Comments. Lines that start with rem or : are comments and are ignored during execution. 2. Commands. Each command is executed in the order it appears in the file. 3. Variables. You can use environment variables to store and manipulate data. 4. Control flow. You can use conditional statements and loops to control the execution flow. Creating a simple batch file. Step 1. Open a text editor. You can create a batch file using any text editor, such as Notepad. Step 2. Write commands. Here's a simple example of a batch file that performs several basic tasks. Step 3. Save the file. Save the file with a .bat extension, for example, tutorial.bat. Step 4. Run the batch file. Double-click the tutorial.bat file to execute it. A command prompt window will open, and you will see the output of the commands. Explanation of the example. 1. At echo off, prevents the commands from being displayed in the command prompt, making the output cleaner. 2. Rem, this is a comment that describes what the script does. 3. Echo, this command prints text to the command prompt. 4. Pause, this command halts the execution of the script and waits for the user to press a key. 5. Date/t and time/t, these commands display the current date and time. 6. mkdir, this command creates a new directory. 7. cd, this command changes the current directory. 8. This operator redirects the output to a file, in this case, creating or overwriting sample.txt. 9. dir, this command lists the contents of the current directory. Common batch file commands. Echo, displays messages. CLS, clears the command prompt screen. Pause, waits for user input. CD, changes the current directory. mkdir, creates a new directory. Del, deletes files. Copy, copies files from one location to another. Conclusion. Batch files are powerful tools for automating tasks in Windows. By writing a series of commands in a batch file, you can save time and reduce the risk of errors. As you become more familiar with batch scripting, you can explore advanced features like loops, conditional statements, and user input. Feel free to experiment with the provided example and modify it to suit your needs.